But this video is on how to afford personal training, and I am not a financial expert, I'm not a financial advisor. However, I do know enough from helping to go through this with you, because we've helped people through this many times. I mean, like a lot of the time it comes down to people are right in front of me and they're going, man, I want to afford this so bad. I need this in my life. I want this in my life. How do I get to a point where I can afford this? So we've sat down and we've tried to map out budgets, and running a business like Grit Gym, you have to learn some of this stuff along the way too. So a lot of the time you have to realize that it doesn't have to be this huge large amount that you have to amass to be able to afford this, okay? And you have two basic options. One is a lot more fun than the other. Either you need to earn more or you need to conserve. And we're going to go through both, but first we're going to hit some averages so that we get some concept of what we're working with in here, okay? So like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial expert, but I do know, I know enough to not buy a 401k, or to do a 401k, something silly like that, okay? You see what I mean? Right, so we're gonna go into the two options, but first, let's go through some of the averages. Like, what we're talking about here is not an astronomical amount, okay? The average training package that we have out here at Grit Gym is $250 per month, okay? So that's $833 per day on a 30-day month, okay? So it's not as much as people want to make it out to be. Like, you might go, $250, that's like a car payment. $250 is an astronomical amount of money. That's $8.33 per day. I guarantee you spend some frivolous thing, you spend $8.33 on some frivolous thing like going to Starbucks or something silly like that, or an alcohol drink or something every day. So we're ruling out how much this actually is. Don't think of this like an astronomical sum. This is a small sum, but we've got to amass enough money to be able to afford it. Okay, so $250, to get clear on this, $250 per month is $3,000 per year. You're trying to get that over the course of the entire year. Okay, 365 days to get an extra $3,000 per year. Okay, so earnings. The average American right now, the average person in the United States makes $59,039 per year. I rounded this off to $60,000 for the math in what we're going to go through here in a second. And the government is going to come in and they're going to say, well, you owe 10 to 49% in taxes. At $60,000 per year, you're basically right around that 30% tax bracket, which is $18,000 per year that you're going to pay the government. Not so fast, though, because we're going to go over some stuff here in just a second. And if you're interested in learning how we can help you with this in your individual circumstance, click the link above, and we'll sit down and there is nothing I will not do to try to help you with your health. I will do just about anything to help you with your health. It is my purpose in this life. It is like a spiritual importance to me. It's like a heaven or hell sort of thing. If I don't, it is hell for me if I can't help you. So click the link above and get signed up for that. But this means that you're going to take home, if you're paying $18,000, so average American pays $60,000, makes $60,000 per year. It's going to give the government 30%, $18,000 per year. That means take home is $42,000. Now, that's not totally accurate, because really, like, if we get into payroll tax, and this is going to make a lot more sense here in a second when we get over to the conservation or earning stuff. Payroll tax is 35 cents on every dollar. So this is one of these that, I didn't know about this until I actually got into paying employees, and I was like, holy crap, for real? All right, so 35 cents. So the business that you work for takes out $18,000 for you to give to the government every month, or every time that they pay you. But then the government also extorts that business, saying, hey, if you don't pay us an extra 35 cents on every dollar, we're going to take your business, and we're going to take your income, and we're going to take your employees' income. You don't want that, do you? So that's the 35 cents on every dollar. So on $60,000, that's $21,000 per year, that on top of the government taking $18,000, they're also taking $21,000. That means the government took $39,000 per year. You went home with $42,000 when you should have gone home with $81,000. $81,000 is the 39 plus the 42. If you would have kept your income tax and your payroll tax that should go to the employee, which I would love to pay my employees, I'd love to give them a 35% raise. This is why I say that this is the thing with the people who are talking about the minimum wage thing. It's the wrong argument. Payroll tax, the extortion of payroll tax should be your conversation. But anyway, so the government went home with 39, you went home with 42. Sick yet? Yeah, you should have gone home with 81. All right? Then you would have solved this whole thing. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. You could afford lots of personal training. All right, so anyway, $250 out here at Grit Gym gets you unlimited personal training, okay? Unlimited. You get to come 6 times a week if you want to. We are closed on Sundays, so 6 times a week if you wanted to, right? And that's $8.33 per day, okay? So we just went through kind of the averages of what someone makes in the United States. Now, you get 2 options here. You either have to spend $3,000 less, that's $250 per month, so $250 times 12 is $3,000. So you either need to conserve an extra $3,000, which we're going to go through here in a second, or you need to make an extra $3,000. Now don't think of this. You need an extra $8.33 per day. How do you get an extra $8.33 per day? All right. The number one thing in the Earn More. We're going to go through Earn More because it's way more fun than trying to conserve. And if you're wondering, this is a calculator just in case I need it. But Earn More. What do you got to do? Okay. Well, for one, this is the biggest one. This is the one that always floors me. This is the first one I always say is like, ask for a raise. Go to your boss and ask for a raise. I mean, it's not a threat. Don't pose this as a threat. Just walk in and say, hey, you know, build your case, build some reasoning behind why you think that you deserve a raise. You know, like how much money you brought to the business, how much service you brought to the business, how many years you've been there, whatever your thing is. Build a case, develop a case, but ask for a raise. You know, every time that I say this to somebody, they're like, I could never do that. It's like, what do you mean? Like, go in there and just ask for a raise. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. You at least have a shot if you ask for the raise, you know? And you're not asking for a huge raise, you're asking for an extra $250 per month. Okay, that's $3,000. If you're already making $60,000 and you need $63,000, okay, you got it right there. Bang. Ask for the raise. Ask for the raise. Do not make this optional to ask for the raise. You should probably be asking for a raise every month at your job. Okay? You might not get it, but at least you asked. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. All right, some other things that you can do that we've had people do in the past in here is that they couldn't afford it, so they went out and they did Uber or Lyft. Okay? I don't know how you feel about that, but it made them an extra $250 per month for, you know, they went out for 1 or 2 nights a week and they made it extra $250 per month to make them able to actually do their training, okay? The other thing is, if you have a special skill, there are freelance websites. Like if you're a writer or you're really good at software, like Excel, like some people aren't very good at this, and they're looking for people. Like we're looking for people that are very good at writing technical work, because it takes me forever to actually write that stuff out that you guys see. But doing these videos, like I'm a little bit faster with these for some reason, just higher skill than writing. So anyway, you can go on these freelance websites like Fiverr, Upwork, Elance, anyway, and you can sign up for an account, and people will pay you extra money to be able to just do something that you're already really good at that they're not as good at. Okay, people are out there looking for these. These websites exist for a reason. Go ahead and get on one of these. You could also do like a multi-level marketing. I don't know how you like whatever. It's a fine business model. The people who are like, oh, that's a pyramid scheme. Well, so's every business in the world. If you think that at some big corporate, you know, monster like Apple, that the janitor is getting paid as much as the CEO or has the ability to, then you're silly. That's a pyramid too. But anyway, MLM, you can do an MLM. That's basically like a second job, which is number 5, getting a second job. The 6th one is taxes. One of the things that you can do there is you can claim 9 exemptions. Now this one like gets me, like people think that I'm crazy for this, but the tax code was written, if you look at how, like I had to do a lot of research a few years ago when we started doing things different and we actually became like a real business and not just like me trying to make this thing work. I had to get pretty good at the accounting side of stuff. And a lot of people like don't realize that taxes are actually written with a certain amount of gray area so that you can argue your case. All right, and you can make it so that you get all of your money. So when Nixon took the dollar off of the gold standard, but Nixon also made it so that the government could have claim to your money before you got it. So the government, instead of you taking ownership for all, if you're making $60,000 per year, then you're making $5,000 per month. Instead of getting all $5,000 up front and then having to hand back the government your 30%, which would be, what would that be like? That'd be $1,500, the government just takes it before you actually get it, so that you're only actually feeling ownership over $3,500. Now, if you claim 9 exemptions, it's just a form that you fill out, and it just asks how many exemptions do you want to claim. And that way you get 100% of your money up front, and you don't pay the government until the end of the year. Now, at the end of the year, the government's going to come and ask for that 30%, so you better have a good case built for why you don't owe them all that money. So, you might have, there's some other things that we're going to get into here in a second, but you can claim non-exemptions. And the thing that people will tend to argue with me about when I talk about this is you don't have non-exemptions to claim. That's not what the form says, though. The form does not say how many exemptions do you have. The form says how many exemptions do you want to claim. That is very different language, and one language is saying how many do you have, and one saying how many do you want to claim. So you can claim non-exemptions even if you have 0. I want to claim 9. If I was an employee, I would claim 9, and then I would just do my accounting throughout the year so that I knew that at the end of the year I could still pay this if I had to, but I would make my case around why I didn't. All right, you can also, to leverage against your taxes a little bit, you can start a small business. Okay, this doesn't take much. You can do this out of your home, and you don't have to make a lot of money off of it. You have to make some. It would be very difficult to argue with the IRS if you made 0 money, but you could do that argument. You could do it. You see what you say, see what they say, but they're probably not going to come after you regardless. So start a small business, and then you can write off a certain amount of your house wherever if you do all your work in your kitchen, in your dining room area, then you can write off that square footage of your house, and it allows you to leverage some of your taxes a little bit better. This is a very easy way to make a little bit more money, because it's not just about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. All right, and then you can also, if you do have a little bit of money sitting around, you've saved up some money over time, you can invest in cash flow producing entities. All right, so one of these, there's plenty of these on the internet. You can, the ways that you can do this through the stock market. They pay you a dividend. They pay, there's capitalization funds where these real estate investors, they bring people into their deals so that they can accumulate capital to go out and make these big deals, and then they share the cash flow off of that to the other people. And really, so $250 per month, that's a 6% return on a $50,000 investment. So if you invest $50,000 at 6%, you would get a $250 per month. So if you have $50,000 sitting around, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation, but you would be able to invest in that to get a 6% return that would give you $250. So that's 7 different ways that you can earn more. So let's go into the conservation side, which isn't as fun. But remember what we said, $250 per month is $3,000 per year. We need an extra $8.33 per day to be able to pull this off. Okay, so second option is the conservation side. Can you scalp, or that's the wrong word, can you conserve an extra $3,000 per year? Well, I just went on, I think it was USA Today had an article on what the average person in the United States spends money on, essentially. Okay, so food, alcohol, house, apparel, healthcare. All right, so food, dining in, the average American spends $4,049 per year. Dining out, the average American spends $3,154 per year. All right, so that's something that you could tighten up on, okay? $3,000 per year, so you're not gonna, it's not like you can just cut out the out, you're probably still gonna go out, plus even if you dine in every single meal, this number's gonna go up, but you could probably cut that in half maybe. You're out, which would lead to, let's say that you eat less and you dine in, so you save an extra $1,000 per year. Okay, so $1,000 per year, we're a third of the way to our $3,000 cut that we need to make. Alcoholic beverages, okay? Sure, it's only $484 per year, which isn't that much, so we're gonna leave that one alone, but it would be a really easy thing to cut out, right? House, the average American spends $18,886 per year. Now, the normal thing, that, financial stuff, is you want to spend about 1 week's pay on your house. You don't want to go over that, so that's a way that you can justify your house. But we all want shelter, so I don't think we're going to cut it out of there. Now, apparel, this is like clothes, shoes, stuff like that. The average American spends $1,803 per year. I thought this one was pretty wild. That's $150 per month, basically. $150 per month on clothes. But, whatever you're into. Now, if you were to cut this one in half, let's say, and you were only going to spend $75 per month on clothes, you would save an extra $900, okay? So now we're almost 2/3 of the way to our $3,000 goal. Okay, healthcare. Is the average American spends $4,612 per year. Just cut this. Man, what are you spending that much on healthcare for if you're keeping yourself healthy? I haven't been to the doctor in probably over 10 years. What are you spending $4,612 per year? Cut this down. I didn't add a number to this because I didn't really know even what to say about that, but I was really surprised. Now, this is a lesson though. You're going to pay for it or it's going to come get you. Yeah, so pay that $250 per month so you're not paying $4,600 per year. But entertainment, the average American spends $2,913 per year. Even if you cut that in half, this counts. This also includes like in-house, out of the house, doesn't really matter. So entertainment, if you cut that in half, you'd be at $1,456.5 per year instead of $2,913. Personal care, this would be like hygiene, is $707 per year. You want to keep that one. Don't cut out your hygiene, because that like if you don't floss, look up the math on the longevity of people who floss versus don't floss. Okay, the bacteria or whatever, the health consciousness, whatever it is of people that floss, people live longer when they floss. They have less dental problems. Like floss your teeth, do your hygiene stuff. Reading. This one blew my mind. In the United States, the average American only spends $118 per year on reading. Okay, maybe if they read more, like we flipped the healthcare cost with the reading cost, we flipped some of these with the reading, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You'd be actually able to earn more without listening to someone who just reads ferociously and does just tons and tons of continuing education. Basically, all the money that we've ever made here goes right back into our minds. I know that in 2018, we actually spent more than, my cousin was in his final year of med school out here, and we actually spent more on my education in 2018 than he spent on his med school in that year, okay? All right, so personal care, reading, tobacco products, $337. Why are people still using tobacco? Like, grow up. That's not meant to be judgmental. It's meant to be serious. Like grow up. Like, you're not a little kid. Get rid of it. Just quit. Knock it off. It's I know it's not easy, but who cares? Do it. Charity contributions, $2,081 per year. Now, the thing about charity contributions is this is another way that if you have a small business, you can actually mitigate some of your taxes. And then the last one is investments. Or insurance, my bad, insurance. My handwriting's terrible. So for insurance, the average American spends $6,831 per year. If we were able to cut that down to a fourth of that, because that's a ton of insurance. I don't know what people are scared of happening, but life has inherent risk. You might just want to embrace it. But 25%, if we can cut that by 25%, that would save us $1,707.75. So if we add all of this up, all this little bit of savings that we did on the conserve side, these really easy ones, we would conserve $5,401.25. That's way over your $3,000 margin. Okay, so two options: you either earn more or you conserve, and this is more the average of what everybody does. So you get two options here. Okay, it's like the $5,401. This is a perfect example of you're going to spend the money. Like you're going to spend the money. It's going to happen. You're going to spend that $8.33. You're going to spend that. That's what it costs per day for the average training package at Grit Gym is $8.33. If you get the lower end one, it's about $7 per day. If you get the higher end one, you're going to take that up to like $12 per day. So the point that I'm making here is you're going to spend the money. Okay, spend it on your health so that you don't have to have your insurance and your health care be. What would that be? $10,000, $6,831 plus $4,612 per year, like over $10,000 on something that you could have been taken care of. You could probably put your hygiene in there too. Your reading needs to go up quite a bit. But these are two different ways. Like, this is what I mean by, like, we will basically do anything to help you out with your health, and money is obviously a part of it. Your health, wealth, relationships, time, they're all part of this life that we have that we all have to be thinking of so that we can live it to the best that we're capable of. But and if you're interested in learning and I will sit down and map this out with you. I will help you out with your finances however I can help you with to get you to start working out and to taking responsibility for your health. Click the link above and we'll be able to do that. But this is it. The average American, $60,000 per year. The government takes $39,000 of that because they extort you for $21,000 in payroll taxes to the business you work for, and then they take income tax around $18,000. Your take home is $42,000, and you really just need $8.33 per day. This is how to earn more. This is how to conserve more. The biggest one on here, though, please, the biggest one, the biggest take home on here: ask for a raise. Your company will probably give you that $250 raise because you are probably working hard to find solutions. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You'd be wallowing somewhere else. Ask for the raise. Okay? But click the link above, and we'll be able to help you out.